This one is Ashley the Spider Monkey Yoder versus the Brazilian gangsta Livinha Souza at 115 pounds. Ashley Yoder, she's an American. She's 7-5. She's 32 years old, and she's 5 feet 7 inches tall, and she's 2-4 in the UFC. Currently coming off of a split decision loss to Randa Marcos. And she's going against Livinha Souza, who's from Brazil. She's 13-2, 29 years old, and she's 5 feet 3 inches tall. And she's 2-1 in the UFC, and she's coming off of a decision loss herself to Brianna Van Buren. Tell me what you think about these girls.
All right, so instantly, we're looking at this, and Souza is the minus 155 favorite. Yoder's a plus 130 dog. I can see why, and I'll tell you. So Yoder here, she is a Team Quest fighter.
Yes.
Which is pretty cool, even though I think it's Team Quest California is the one she's fighting out of.
Yeah, they're associated.
But it's Team Quest. It all started here in the Northwest. She's a late bloomer in MMA. She didn't really start training until she was like almost 20 or something like that. And it was after, I think, her cousin died or something like that.
It was a couple years after that.
Yeah. She had some deaths in the family that just kind of hit her hard. And so she found MMA and got into it.
Her brother died, and then a couple years
later,
her cousin died, and then she got
into MMA.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's a rough, couple years right there, man. And so I can see, she found her outlet.
Yeah.
And so she got into MMA, and she's been working, man, which she's 32 now.
32.
And she's a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, so she's been progressing and getting better, which is what you want to see from somebody getting into MMA, right?
Absolutely.
She's not like a lot of these other people with brown belts right now that have been doing it since they were kids.
Yeah.
So she's doing something right there. I don't feel like she's really great anywhere. She's kind of just okay everywhere. Her feet are kind of okay. She likes to move forward a lot and swing, and she's going to throw pretty much everything she has at you. She'll throw her fists, elbows, knees, kicks, and it looks awkward doing it, but she does it to get in.
But she's doing stuff.
She's trying to get in and get the takedown.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know that she's going to want to do that against Souza.
Yeah. Well, so with Yoder, she did try out for Tough 20. She didn't make the cut.
And then tried out again.
Then she tried out again. Now here she is. She's got 4 submissions to her record now. She has 4 decisions now. She's competed in Bama and Invicta. And she's in the UFC. She's got 6 fights total in the UFC at this point. And while it does say 4 losses, those fights, some of those losses have been closer than they look.
Right.
When you look at the L on the record, it doesn't really tell the whole story of the fight. Like that Randa Marcos fight that she just had where she lost by split decision, that very well could have been her fight. That was a very good, scrappy fight back and forth. And there was kind of a lot of wild positions going on in that fight. Could have gone either way in that one. And that was the way that a couple of her other fights were. She's not that four losses isn't really accurate.
Very indicative.
Indicative of her skills.
So
or of her ability. But Souza is a monster. I like watching Souza fight. She's got a bulldog mentality. She in her UFC record or in her UFC time so far, she beat Sarah Froda by decision, and she also submitted Alexis Chambers by guillotine in round 1. She has 8 submissions to her record, and she has 3 decisions and 2 knockouts. She's also the former Invicta strawweight champion. She defended that once. She's the Talent MMA circuit champion, the Costa Combat champion, and the Predator flyweight champion. Ultimately, though, I just think that Souza is just going to be a little bit more tough, and I think she's probably going to be a little bit more technical, and I think that that's going to give her the edge here, and I think that she's going to end up winning a decision.
Yeah, so for me with Souza, man, what I saw with her striking, though, was not very impressive. She's kind of really hesitant, it seems to throw. I mean, even if you watch the Van Buren fight, Van Buren was just all over her, and she still didn't want to throw back. It was really weird. But when she does throw, she'll throw a couple things there, and then she'll stop throwing for a little while. So I think if she's gonna on the feet, she needs to have more volume. But if Yoder can keep it standing, I think she might have a good chance. It's like the fight earlier. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think Yoder's actually going to try to do what she does, and she's going to try to take Souza down. That's going to cost her the fight. because Souza's going to tap her out in the second round if she does that.
Yeah.
And that's what I have as a Souza round 2 submission.
All right. Souza round 2 submission. I have Souza by decision. Awesome.